Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Cici. I am a reseller on Poshmark, very part-time, and it's been a really long time since I did a video, so I want to pop back in and just kind of give an update. It's actually a bins haul video. I'm just doing a bins haul, but I will say this. I stopped going to the bins for a while because I think in February I went and I was busy just with a lot of different things. So I went to the bins, I brought home a bag of items, and I brought them in my home, and I set them by the front door, and I was like, well, when I get time, I'll go and do the inventory, put them on my spreadsheet. I didn't get time for 2 days. When I got to the bottom of the bag, there was a pair of shoes, and when I started just like holding them to look at what size they were and put the details in my spreadsheet, there were little black bugs in the shoes. So that really flipped me out because I thought they were, bed bugs. I thought they were bed bugs. I thought they were flipping bed bugs. So I was totally it was nasty. Like, I just was like, okay, I'm never going to the bins again. But I managed to get one into a plastic baggie, and then I like took a photo of it and did a bunch of Google Lens, and I figured out they were carpet beetle bugs, which isn't great, but way better than bed bugs. But I wrapped the shoes up, threw them in the trash. But I think because the bag because the bag had sat there for 2 days, I actually started seeing carpet beetle bugs around the house. And where you see them, they actually gravitate towards the light, which was yay on one hand, because then I knew they weren't bed bugs, because bed bugs don't do that. But I would see them on my sheer curtains, like in the afternoon when the sun was coming in, I'd see them, and then I'd capture them and kill them. Ugh. And I had to get some Diametrius earth to get rid of them, and they're gone. And I mean, they're not the worst bug you can have, but you don't want them, and I got them from the bins. So after that, I was like, that's nasty. I could have just had my home infiltrated with bed bugs, so I was just put off from going. But I've gradually started going back. Of course, I check like super carefully for bugs. But I went yesterday on Sunday, and this is a bins haul, so all that said, I want to show you what I got. I spent $45.79, and I got 19 items, some run-of-the-mill stuff and some great pieces. So yeah, let's get started, and I will show you what I got. And I think I've gotten most of these posted. There's a few things that need like laundering that I haven't posted. I found these Alex Marie. They're kind of a comfort, chunky block heel. Tan leather. They're size 9.5. They're in great shape, and they have a little, like, the leather's just doing a weird thing right there. But anyway, they're just classic. The comps were okay. I mean, they go, between $20 and $30 depending on the style. This particular style is called the Phoebe. So I picked them up basically because they were nice pump in good condition. Heels don't sell that well for me unless they're like that tan color. Those are kind of popular. These are 9 West. They're called the Urza heel, and there are so many of these on Poshmark. The style name is the Urza. So there's a lot of the Urza on Poshmark, but not this floral one. There were just a few, but these are in good condition. I know spring is kind of getting away from us and we're going into summer, but because they were in good shape and they have that nice, the finish is actually fabric. I picked those up, and they are size 9. They're size 9. So these are 9. That previous shoe I showed you was actually 9.5. But yeah, I've got those up and posted. Then these I was on the fence about, and now I actually kind of regret. So the brand is Chocolat Blue, like it's spelled like chocolate without the E, and then blue without the E. And from the little bit of comps I could do while I was at the bins, it looked like they were sold at Nordstrom. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's a win. They are size 9. And this style name, I can't remember. Oh, I have it in the posting. But they are kind of scratched up. So I was tempted to get my leather cream out and just kind of work on them. But a lot of times when you do that, it will actually darken the color of the leather, and this is just like a nice taupe. I think by the style name, the color was latte. So I didn't want to darken them, so I just posted them like this. I think maybe for 25 bucks. I'm expecting maybe to get 17 to 20. Besides all the scratches to the leather, I mean, they're cute. They're in decent shape, but I don't know if that was a great pickup. These were okay. So I just thought these were kind of run-of-the-mill boots, but I picked them up because they had that nice white washing effect. But the brand is Diba, D-I-B-A. And when I did my Google Lens and took comps on these, they actually do really well. Unfortunately, they're just a size 6.5, so I think they might take a little time to sell. But they're leather, and then they've got that stacked heel, and I like that effect, and they're in great shape. So I think I'll do okay with those. It will just take a little while. Then these were actually the first shoes I found. They're the Fry harness boot in size 8.5, which is my size. I tried them on, but I'm not really that much of a moto girl. I mean, they're cute. They've got some wear to the toe area on each of the boots. So I noted that in the post. I think I posted them at 70. And then they've got the rear zip at the back. The sole has a little bit of wear. So, and there were a handful of these posted, but not in size 8.5. And then I'll show you this just for fun. Did you see this boot insert? So there was a pair of boots for sale that were like, they were just beat up. I picked them up to look at them. But then when I saw these boot inserts in there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally grabbing those to display boots. I actually used to have 3 pair. And then I sold them on Poshmark because when I had decided sometime back that I was going to quit Poshmark, and I don't really store my boots with those, so I got rid of them. But now I actually need them for displaying boots, so I was super happy to find those. Then I got a pair that sold. They're packed up by the front door. I just posted them like 5 hours ago. They sold it was within 2 hours. I'll pop a picture up. But they are a men's Birkenstock Milano, and they were like in a kind of mocha brown, and they were in such good shape. The soles actually didn't have any wear. I don't think they'd ever been worn. There was a little small chip to the cork at the rear of one of them, but I posted those at 70. I could have, and in my mind, I was looking at comps and people had them for 100 and whatever, and I was like, oh, you could go a little bit higher. But I really, I was just like, no, 70, because they're not new with tag, and I didn't want to wait forever. So someone came along and offered me 60, which netted me 48, and I was like, yeah, because I spent $45.79 on everything, so I'm netting 48, so I'm already in the black on that batch, and anything else I sell will just be pure profit. So I was like, yeah, why not? Then I got this is such a beautiful silk blouse. So it's a leg Cassini. It's size 12, and it comes with a detachable, so this neck bow kind of buttons on. And it's got light shoulder pads, but it's just a hot pink. That color's not coming through as vibrant as it is. But it's a hot pink silk blouse, and then the silk kind of has that lining effect, or lined, I don't know what they call that, but that. And it's in great shape. The only flaw I found when I was doing the photos is that one of the wrists, that wrist button is missing right here. So there's like 2 buttons on that wrist and only 1 on that one. So that was a little bit of a letdown, but oh well. Then hats are just so lightweight and easy. This was a new with tag. I don't know if this is it's called Warm Country. I don't know where that brand came from. But it's like a slouchy beanie hat. Green. So that's actually, I still need to get that posted. Then I found a hammock, and I've posted this. This was actually the first thing I posted because I wanted to get it posted. It was taking up so much space, but it's in great shape. It's like rainbow striped, has all of its little things. I think I posted that at 25. It folds down nicely, so I will be able to store it in one of my larger tubs, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, hammocks sell on Poshmark. I looked. This I just picked up on aesthetic. I didn't pay attention to size. These are only size 5.5. The brand is Style & Company, which is just a Macy's house brand. And unfortunately, I didn't notice that at the bins either. There's inserts in there. So sometimes I have found, I'm just trying to go so fast because I want to get this done. Sometimes I find when those inserts are in there, when you go peel them off, it can lift up some of the shoe lining. So I I thought they were cute. I still think they're cute. If I would have not been rushing when I grabbed them and saw that they were size 5.5, I probably wouldn't have gotten them, but they're in good shape. And I think, I mean, all the kind of clog style shoes like that I've posted have sold. So I found this, and I need to scrub these down a little bit, but they were sitting in one of the shoe bins, and it's a Chaco. So those, I mean, the comps are good. These, I don't know what size they are. They need to be washed, so I don't want to start peeling the Velcro apart and looking at them. But they're basically a brown and orange woman's activewear shoe. Just looking at them, I don't think they're any size larger than a 7. But they sell for a lot. The comps are good on these. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say like 50. I don't know. There's not a ton of wear to them, so they're in decent shape. So that was my first time finding those at the bins. Then I found a pair of Rothy's, and this was my first time seeing wool, W-O-O-L, wool Rothy's. So when I did the research, these are actually, the color is called Gray Shadow, and I put in my posting, I'm like, it looks black to me, and it does look black to me, but the color is Gray Shadow, and they have a different Rothy's sole than you would usually see. Usually it's more of a rubber style. I know they use recycled materials. And the halo is a little bit thinner than I've seen before. But there's a handful of others out there, and it's a merino wool flat that they made. They don't make it anymore. These are size 7.5. I mean, they obviously have some signs of wear, but tons of life left. I don't know if these are machine washable the way the other ones are because of the way that sole is. But yeah, I just got those posted about half an hour ago. Let's see what else I have. I thought this was just a beautiful kind of shabby chic, modest, vintage sweater. So it's got, the brand is Morgan, or Debbie Morgan. It's size medium, but it's a very generous cut. And it's just, my dark lighting here isn't doing it justice, but it's got that crochet, it's got like crochet embroidery, and then like crochet trim and just pearl applique, and all of that is present, like it's not missing anything. It has all the buttons and all the stitching, so I thought that was just a really nice, modest piece for somebody that is into that style. And then I got, so this is kind of funny. So I thought, okay, this is great for the farmer's market or something, just kind of a gray sort of bag you can sling over your shoulder. I thought of keeping it for myself maybe, but I have enough of that style of thing. But I was like, oh, it ties at the top. That would be so great for someone to go to the grocery store or the farmer's market or whatever. And then I was like, well, what brand is it? You know, does it have any tags? So it's actually, this is Casa Luna, which is a Target home brand. So this is actually one of those cases, like when you buy a comforter and sheet set that they come in. But I decided I didn't care because it's just such, I love gray. Like gray is such a great color. It's so neutral and you can just use it in so many, excuse me, different ways. My allergy is just bugging me. So I decided to just get it. And I'm going to post it. Honestly, I'll probably cut those tags off and pretend that it's not what it is. But I'll post it maybe $10, $15 and see what happens. But who cares what it is? I mean, it is functional and cute. It's got a lot of room if you were going to get like bell peppers and broccoli and fruit and stuff. I think kind of perfect. So I went for that. I think I like gray. I think that's my excuse. So Mikado, this is a kind of peach vintage blouse. It's size 12. This photographed really well, and I know it's kind of retro vintage styling, but I thought it could kind of go with the sort of office siren aesthetic that everybody, I mean, I guess everybody's having to go back to the office. I don't know. But it's polyester. It did have one patch on the back where the fabric, I don't know if someone ironed it there and it got weird. The light's not really catching it, but I showed it in my post. So, and the color peach, it's just nice. This is just by Ellie and Emma. It's a baby. It says size 0 to 12 months. They've got a headband and some little baby wings and a tutu. So for a photo shoot for a baby, like that. It had a Ross tag on it, but I cut the Ross tag off. I think it retailed at Ross for $12.99. I've got it posted at $15. Then we're almost done here. This is a kind of neon green bodysuit, size large. It's unbranded, but it's a velvet or velour. And it's got this really modest cut leg opening rather. So you see how it's not like high cut, like it would come all the way down to the top of your thigh. It's not a swimsuit, it's a bodysuit, but it's stretchy. But I thought for like costume or cosplay, like someone can use that. So I posted that, I think at 20. Then I got this airy little bralette that's upside down, but it's like jacquard or brocade, velour. And then it's got an opening. It photographed really well. So the back is kind of open like that. And then it's got adjustable straps. Airy bralettes actually take a while to sell. I don't know why I picked that up. Then this I was getting ready to post. And I had steamed it and done all the things and gotten on the mannequin. And I thought these things. So it's a cute thing. It's Christina Fairbanks, which is vintage. And she kind of makes boho pieces. And I thought this was a kimono, but it's actually kind of a kimono style thing over, like there's a purple shirt layer underneath. So it's all wrinkled because I took it off the mannequin when I realized there were like some of the pattern has like color overlay, but then there's this one thing right here. And I realized that was probably a stain. Oh, I haven't made a video in a long time. I'm getting really tired. This is making me hot because I'm sitting here. I turn the ear. I don't know. It's right there. I guess you can see it or not. But I got to launder that one. I'm just going to put it on the floor. But I thought that was a cute boho piece. But that's what I got for $45. I mean, I had Rothy's Fry, brand new Birkenstock, or nearly brand new. And then all this other stuff is kind of like off-brand, random, just like, okay, it's gonna take its time to sell. So that's what I got. I'm gonna try to pop in here a little more often with videos just because I like to do it. And maybe it brings some traffic to my closet, maybe not. But yeah, that's what I got. Let me know what you think. And thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys soon. Hope everyone's doing well. Bye.